ammunition and 40 cartridges were recovered by the command. The Rivers State government has set up a technical committee to implement the recommendations of the scientific committee established to investigate the prevalence of soot. This is in a move to finally resolve the soot challenge facing the state. The technical committee is to be chaired by the Commissioner for Environment, while Professor Precious Ade Golden Oana, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Zacchaeus Adango, Commissioner of Water Resources, as well as representatives of the committee make the number of the committee. The scientific committee discovered 12 sources of soot, including refineries, fertilizer companies, illegal refineries, setting ablaze of illegally refined petroleum products by the military, tire burning, gas flaring, meat roasting with used tires, asphalt plants, refuse burning, among others. A briefing newsman after the Rivers State Executive Council meeting, Commissioner of Environment, Professor Rosalind Konya, said that the state government arrived at the decision after a detailed consideration of the report of the scientific committee. Also speaking, Commissioner of Information, Ima Oka, said that the issue of soot is topical and the Wiki administration is committed to resolving it. The Rivers State University has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Center for Basic Space Science, Enugu, to enhance teaching and learning of astronomy. The Vice Chancellor of Rivers State University, Professor Blessing Didier, who said the event demonstrates his resolve to advance opportunities and learning in the university, urged lecturers in the Department of Physics to take advantage of the partnership for the overall interest of the university and the state.
And so it's because of that that I think that it is necessary that the university should renew this particular MOU. And I make the promise, like I normally say, if there's anything we can do to make it work and work bigger than even it exists in the basic space center, we will not fail to do so. And the ones who go to beg as we normally beg.
Director, Center for Space Studies, Enugu, Bonaventure Okere, expressed the readiness of the center to diligently adhere strictly to the terms of the partnership, while the head Department of Physics, Professor Friday Sigalo, said the Rivers State University remains the only institution in the Niger Delta to venture into astronomy.
There is aimed at helping to develop astronomy the department here, both manpower and infrastructural. And we have been having a relationship with this university for a long time. It started with the Professor Piano Keke, for then we retired, and after him there was this Professor F. Yopra, who was also here before he came. You can see the relationship is really long, and we want to maintain that relationship.
This is to foster our astronomy program, because we really need an upgrade of our astronomy program. The facilities we have here may not be enough, so we need to get some more facilities to this place in collaboration with the center. And that's why we signed this MOU.
According to our correspondent, the Vice Chancellor of Rivers State University, Professor Blessing Didier, signed on behalf of the university, while Bonaventure Okere signed for the Center for Space Enugu. A 3-story building has collapsed, leaving 2 people with serious injuries at Cecilia Street along the UOE Iwafe Road in Rumolumeni Community, Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. Our correspondent, Uchendu Ejowo, who visited the site, reports that the 3-story building, which is under construction, collapsed entirely without any block standing. An eyewitness told our correspondent that the incident happened during the heavy downpour on Thursday, adding that the 2 victims who were trapped inside the building were rescued by neighbors and rushed to the hospital.
So I have somebody that lives in the compound. I came in yesterday to come check on the person, and I just saw the building collapse, and people they've been coming around. So that's just it. They recorded to the hospital.
In the meantime, officials of the Rivers State Ministry of Urban and Physical Planning, in company of the chairman of Obiakpo Local Government Council, Solomon Eke, visited the scene of the collapsed building. The people of Abisa community in Akukutaro local government area of Rivers State appear to have resolved their differences and taken a position in the controversy that rocked the leadership positions in the area. Contrary to announcement that the chairman of Council of Chiefs of Abisa, Chief Alex Matthew Opoto, have been deposed by the Calabari Council of Traditional Rulers, Abisa says Chief Matthew Opoto remained the chairman of Council of Chiefs until new changes are made based on the Constitution. In a statement signed by Chief Tuanimi Olumana Ngu and Chief Ingbegbe Agri, the people dismissed reports that the Amayanabo of Calabari Kingdom King Professor TJT Prince and his Council of Chiefs did not specifically direct Chief Matthew Opoto and his group to return home and make peace, but rather he advised both aggrieved parties to return to make peace. Chief Olumana Ngu and Chief Agri, who signed the earlier statement, said they decided to make a U-turn after identifying some distortions contrary to their original assertion. According to the statement, Chief Matthew Opoto did not unilaterally appoint members of the Abisa Community Development Committee, but in consultation with chiefs, elders, youths, and women in the community during a meeting. The statement further insisted that the accused chief never diverted or converted to himself any property belonging to Abisa or any non-indigene and never issued certificate of occupancy to any companies, saying that only government have the right to do so. The statement, however, called Governor Wike, Commissioner of Police, Army Chief, Director of Security Service, entire Abisa people and the general public to disregard the previous statement but continue to recognize Chief Alex Matthew Opoto led Council of Chiefs. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news before the foreign saints. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Welcome back. The Rivers State chapter of the Union of Tippers and Quarry Employers of Nigeria has suspended the executive members of the HA local government branch of the union. Our correspondent Sandra Kenneth gathered the suspension of the 14-member EXCO followed alleged fraudulent activities. Chairman of the council, Mila Godson, who made an announcement in a press briefing in Port Harcourt, revealed that a team was set up to investigate the activities of the HALGA branch where the executive members were found guilty. Godson added that the alleged fraudulent acts has put the union into some sort of issues.
Rivers State Council hereby suspend the authority and mandate of the union issued to you and 14 others on the 4th of June 2018, pending the reports of the disciplinary committee set up to investigate charges of criminal and fraudulent activities carried out by the HA local government branch of our union. Sequel to the outcome of our findings towards the recent happenings in HA local government area and in line with Rule 20 of the union's working constitution, you and the underlisted branch executives are temporarily suspended under the authority and mandate that empowers HA LGA to operate as a trade union.
There have been recent protests over the bad road caused by constant flooding at the Inkpolu axis of the east-west road. This time, it is from tricycle riders, popularly known as keke drivers and passengers of Inkpolu community in Obiakpo local government area of River State, who are calling for the immediate intervention of government in creating channels for the flood on the road. Some of the passengers and keke drivers who spoke to our correspondent lamented how the flood is affecting normal activities.
Yes, as you can see, there is water free in the road now. It's not easy for us to move, and the water is even destroying the road. Many potholes there are in the road there. It's sinking, they cannot pass. If they can pass, they can be going to their daily businesses. But since the motor cannot be able to pass, it's affecting the business.
From the view, you know that it's affecting everybody. Like now, I'm just going across the water there. But because of this water, you have to pay 15 now just to go across there. And it's really bad. Anytime, even if it's a small drop of rain, you see that this place will be so flooded. And try to see the opposite road, look at the go-through excursion. It's really, really bad. Actually affecting business. As you can see, nobody's doing business there again.
I don't know how to put it. The thing is too much.
This is a water issue. It's too much for this Imbori. We pray. May God, pray reasonable person who can channel this water.
Our correspondent of Fedalarichi, who visited the community, reports that the flood causes traffic log jam on East-West Road, which has left motorists plying one way. And now on the foreign scene, talks between Labour and the government aimed at breaking the Brexit impasse have ended without an agreement. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn said the discussions had gone as far as they can, blaming what he called the government's increasing weakness and instability. Prime Minister Theresa May said the lack of a common position within Labour over a further referendum had made talks difficult. May said she would now consider putting options to members of parliament on Brexit that may command a majority. In sports, double Olympic gold medalist Caster Semenya will not be racing at the Diamond League meeting in Stockholm later this month. This is according to the organizers of the event. Earlier in May, Semenya lost her appeal over a controversial gender ruling by the Court of Arbitration for Sports, which ruled that female athletes with elevated levels of testosterone must take suppressive treatment in order to compete as women in some events. Stockholm meeting director Jan Kowalski told newsmen that the onus was on the athletes to ensure they do not compete in events they are not eligible to compete in. On entertainment, Nigerian music stars Burna Boy, Tenny and Mr. Easy have been nominated in different categories for the Black Entertainment Television BET Awards. The BET Award was established in 2001 to celebrate African Americans and other American minorities in music, acting, sports, and other fields of entertainment over the past year. Tenny was rewarded for our amazing musical growth in 2018 with a nomination in the Best New International Act category. Meanwhile, Burna Boy and Mr. Easy were both nominated in the Best International Act category alongside AKA of South Africa, Aya Nakamura of France, Dave of UK, Dosse of France, and Giggs of UK. And now to end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. The Federal High Court in Abuja struck out a suit seeking to declare the seats of 54 National Assembly members vacant. The River State Police Command has paraded suspected sea pirates and fatally wounded bodies of armed gangs disturbing parts of Obiakpo and East-West Road in the state. Another building has collapsed in Rumolumeni, Obiakpo local government area of River State, leaving 2 people with grave injuries. And on the foreign scene, talks between Labour and government over the Brexit impasse have ended without an agreement. That was the news as edited by Chinedu Uvuna. For comments and enquiries, please call 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www